The topics we discuss are many.
No story too bold to talk about.
Strictly our own opinions.
But they are opinions from people like you.
Welcome to the Nake'd Podcast. Laying some beatdowns in Skipbo, it's Norma.
Digimon, digital monsters. Hey, guess what? It's Ethan.
So, my Gmail account looks okay after the weekend. It's your DM Tekka Allen.
I'm willing to wait for it. Hey, it's Keelan. Is everybody super stoked about watching Hamilton this weekend?
I mean,
It was good.
Fuck yeah. That was
who's
good.
had a gun pointed to their head to watch it?
It was good. I'm glad that we all got to watch it together because it was an experience.
Mm-hmm.
The music is so catchy. Just the dialogue was really enjoying to watch.
The king was the best part.
I had one part of a song stuck in my head all damn day today, and I forgot about it. Now I remember. Now it's gonna be stuck in my head again.
Yeah.
One thing I saw, somebody put out an article today about the king, and they're like, "Oh, he was the only like white person in the cast, and he had to be the king, and he had to be the real blah blah blah." I was like, I don't want to hear any of that for this play. They picked the best people to do the job, and those people knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, dude. Fuck off.
Can they hear how hard I'm rolling my eyes at that? Dude, okay, so I've been obsessed with Hamilton since like 2017. I woke up Friday morning singing Alexander Hamilton, Hamilton, just you wait. Like, I was super stoked to see this. And being able to watch it on the screen really actually changed a lot of the script for me, to being able to hear like the actor inflecting certain notes or how their face works with a certain phrase. And it just like, it made everything 10 times funnier for me. I'm one of those people. Sorry, guys.
No. I mean, I get it. Like I was a band nerd back in high school, and one of the things that we did was,
Back in high school,
yeah, because it was like a million years ago. Are you judging me?
And now he's just a
Still a
regular
band
nerd.
nerd.
Yeah, I was just a regular nerd.
I love you for who you
who
are.
Still played Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering. Anyway, my sophomore and junior year, I got really into musicals. Watched Rent. Even then, before that, when I went to New York with the band, we watched Phantom of the Opera. Like, there. It was actually really badass. So I get it. Like, from experience, just listening to the soundtrack and actually seeing the play, it makes a difference.
My favorite part, though, was it had nothing to do with the play. It was actually seeing Keelan so enthralled, like, literally to the point of tears. And I was like, she's so damn cute. She loves this so much. And I understand why.
Because Hamilton would always be my driving listen to, is the story I listened to while I drove. And I would cry, like, every time after Philip's death, and then having to watch it on screen. It was like ugly sobbing.
Every time. It's like, why are you still crying? You know it's coming. Why are you still crying?
You don't judge her. Okay? Because guess who still cries every time Mufasa dies? Okay?
Alan.
and me.
Yeah. We both still cry. Like, you know it's gonna happen. But you're just so involved with the story. Like a good movie, a good play should do that.
Yeah.
You know?
And especially watching Eliza's emotion come through and hearing it in her voice. Because you can kind of hear it on the soundtrack, but they keep everything, right in the same area.
I can say props to her, that actress, for keeping such a straight face, but still feeling her emotion.
Philip, so.
Yeah, she did wonderful. I don't like. Okay, so just talking about like Eliza and Angelica, like the actual story.
Work.
What was the other girl too? It was
And Peggy.
sisters.
Peggy. She like reminded us the whole time.
Oh yeah. Who? Wait, who?
And Peggy.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go.
But no, like I get what she was like. Okay, she's my sister, and no. But at the same time, like she didn't tell her that he was like stepping out on her until he was stepping out on her. Like I don't know. I just felt like it was kind of shitty move.
Also, why the hell would she enable her sister's husband to show like flirt with her? You know what I mean?
Like
Well,
the
no,
love
because
letters.
she was madly in love with him, but because she had to marry somebody above her station and he was below her station, she handed him off to her sister so that he was still around.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
her sister was unsuspecting of that too. Like, I don't know. It's like isn't there statute of limitations on the one that got away?
Well, Eliza knew, because remember, she tried to convince me to have a harem. And so that would be both of the girls being with Alexander. So Eliza knew.
I thought she was just like saying that like to be flip, like oh, like she's just teasing. Now that you say that,
And then we learned that, Angelica masturbates to Hamilton, so.
That's what I'm talking about.
That totally flew over my head, dude.
that did fly over my head too. I did not catch that.
And when I fantasize at night, it's Alexander's eyes.
On a quick side note, have you watched Fire Saga yet on Netflix?
What is that? What is that
It's
about?
the new Will Ferrell and Ashley
Oh.
McAdams.
Rachel
Rachel
McAdams.
Rachel McAdams. There you go.
Oh, no.
And they have the one guy. He plays David in Legion, but he's also in Downton Abbey. I forgot the actor's name, but he plays the Russian, and he's like, all these statues. Or they're like, all these statues look like you. He goes, I never noticed, and it just has this giant cock on it. Every statue.
I never noticed.
They're like Greek statues, like Greek marble statues with these giant dicks.
It's like hanging out.
And he's like, "Oh, I've never noticed that all my statues look like me with giant cocks."
That's fucking stupid, but it sounds so hilarious.
It sounds just like Will Ferrell.
I totally want to watch it now.
Dude, it was good.
We watched the George Lopez comedy special. It was trash.
It was so
It was
terrible.
trash.
See, that's the thing with George Lopez. I mean, when he did his I think when the whole Carlos Mencia and Joe Rogan joke stealing thing went down, I think Carlos Mencia and George Lopez just fell off the face of the earth because they had their little niche, and their niche was just ran dry. I think they milked it dry.
See, that's what makes me so upset, because they play a role. They play the typical Latino, like not uneducated, but not as smart role, right? And kind of tell it like it is. And his whole stand-up was everything that was problematic about our culture, like when it comes to emotional abuse or family roasting you, anxiety, things of that nature. It to me, like, I laughed maybe twice during the whole special, and I was like, this is like, I don't know, like, I think he's just an old man who's set in his way, but can't change him. Don't expect anything more from him.
And it was like, oh, go ahead.
Go. No, I just feel like, what else did you expect from George Lopez, but still fucking disappointing?
Mm-hmm.
It was like their humor only worked for the era where they did get big, and then viewers changed.
Yeah.
It's like, that's just not that funny anymore.
I mean, I think he peaked on the George Lopez show. Really, that was
yeah.
it was
Definitely.
it was perfect for him. I mean, that was his humor.
Yeah.
It was light. It was kid friendly. It wasn't so like anti-Mexican, because that's what I feel like it is. It's him shitting on where he comes from, where he grew up at. Like, we understand that we have our problems. I just feel that he just
like, do
shit
something
on
to fix it.
everything.
Like,
Yeah.
you could use your platform and talk about Latino issues.
He's just
And
exploiting
spends.
it for the money.
You look at what Dave
Exactly.
Chappelle's doing in comparison to what he's doing.
What do you mean?
Like it's the same thing, or like it's
Have you seen 846?
No, we haven't
No.
watched it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, Dave Chappelle, beginning of the month, or mid-June, he put out 846. And he built a stage in his backyard. He invites his town there. And it's just an open mic. He's
Dang.
live streaming it when he does it.
Just cause, huh? That's such a Dave Chappelle thing to do.
But, I mean...
It really is.
He was giving his opinion and his take on the whole George Floyd thing. That's why it's 8:46, because evidently that's the exact time that the officer had his knee on George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
So at 8:46, it cuts off. That's it. So you get 8 minutes and 46 seconds of stand-up. That's all.
That's such a strong and powerful message.
And what he talks about is strong and powerful. I mean, it needed to be said.
I really wish Dave Chappelle could step forward as a leader for what needs to happen. Because this dude's a freaking genius. And he hides behind comedy like, Carlos Mencia and George Lopez. But he does it in a different way. I don't know how to explain it, really.
It's sort of like he actually, instead of just thinking, I'm just going to go up there on stage and say whatever the fuck I want to try to make people laugh, or think of it as a performance. Maybe he thinks of it more along the lines of, all right, this is where I get to say whatever the fuck I want. People laugh, people don't laugh, whatever.
And then,
maybe he's just a little more risky,
And he has a reason for each of his jokes. Like, they all stem from something.
Yeah. If you think about it, some of my favorite comedians in the last couple of years all went down in a blaze of glory.
We were just we were just talking about that Dane Cook skit where he's like, hello, I'm a car. Gasoline makes me run.
Seatbelts. Radio knobs.
You can put on any Dane Cook comedy album and laugh your ass off.
Yeah.
And then what happens? He just gets old.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he got caught stealing jokes like Carlos Mencia.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they both went out in a flaming dog turd.
That's why he turned to movies.
Yeah. Well, it cracks me up if you ever go and watch Joe Rogan versus Carlos Mencia, because they were at a comedy venue and Joe Rogan calls him out in the middle of the stage and they're just fucking arguing in the middle of the show. Because he's like, I'm tired of you stealing fucking jokes, you fucking joke.
Drama.
God damn.
What else is on Netflix?
Space Force.
Unsolved? Yes, Space Force. Have you guys watched it yet?
2 episodes in.
Yeah, it didn't catch me.
Everyone tells
Really?
me, so everyone says that it's a real slow start, but by 4 or 5.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah,
You're
it's a
good.
slow burn.
Yeah, total
Yeah.
slow burn.
By episode 4, you're like, fuck, we're barely on episode 4? This is a lot.
I mean, there's another series that we kind of burned through really fast too, and that was Unsolved Mysteries, which is really exciting that it's back in some way. Have you guys seen it yet?
Yeah, I was a little, I don't know. The first couple episodes, I didn't really get what was so unsolved about the mysteries. But then when they get to the UFOs and that kind of stuff, that's more of my interest. That's more what I'm interested in on the unsolved or the crazy story. Bermuda Triangle, UFOs, fuck yeah.
So seriously, what's up with that Bermuda Triangle? Dun.
Okay, so episode 1, Ray Rivera. What didn't you think is the mystery behind it?
So I watched that one without Keelan because I was like, screw her. I'm tired of waiting for everything.
I was doing homework, and then I totally forgot one of my assignments.
It was, I don't know. I felt, so it wasn't really him. That one was okay. It was kind of open-ended, but it really seemed like he ghosted. So, crazy tinfoil hat. The Templars threw a clone of his off the building, and he faked his death. That's what I
The
would think. About.
Templars?
And they accepted him into the society that he was so crazy about, like obsessed with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty plausible.
That is major tinfoil hat, and I love it.
I didn't consider that. Not at all. I thought that he just got into, like, some money troubles. Like some serious money troubles where someone needed to kill him.
But how? How did he go through the hole? Like, conspiracy aside, how does that happen? And how are his glasses and his cell phone not broken?
Yeah, I just didn't get that one. Where I don't know. I couldn't even contemplate how it would have not been a suicide.
Maybe they didn't mean to throw him off the roof, and someone, like, two people, like, threw him off and, like, oh shit, let's make this look like a suicide and just dump his shit by his body.
I think he was dead before he hit. If you're gonna go with that, he was killed. I think he was killed elsewhere, and they did that to make it look like a suicide.
I agree with that. I definitely think he was killed elsewhere.
But I mean, it was when they hit me with the Templar stuff. I got like, what the fuck's up with this show? You know, because you thought it was just like, oh, like a suicide that might have had some misdeed. No, oh no, it's the Templars.
How weird was that note that they found, like, taped to the back of his computer?
That was super weird.
Yeah.
It's definitely code. He found something, and he hid it in code.
I think he found out, and the Templars cloned him, and they took him away.
No.
All right,
So-
episode 2. Okay, sorry.
No, I was gonna move on. So the hairdresser, I forgot her name. Was that episode 2?
Patricia. No,
Patricia?
it wasn't Patricia. Shit.
Was
Huh?
it Patricia?
Okay.
I don't remember her name.
So the episode with the hairdresser,
Yeah.
I think she was murdered by the serial killer, and he threw her off the bridge, and then she just washed up. Pretty
There's
much
no way
everything.
she would have washed up.
The river wasn't anywhere where she was found.
Yeah.
Oh,
I definitely think that the husband did it.
You think the husband did it?
Yeah, I think the husband hired
my
someone.
god, that guy was so creepy. He was like parading, like, okay, my opinion of what happened here was he hated her son, right?
Absolutely
Pistol.
hated.
He hated Pistol.
Yeah.
And he was fucking around with him, and she didn't like it because she's not the type to let shit fly. Like, she stroked me as the type of person to be strong and confident. And she was talking about divorcing him. So what if he was like, if I can't have you, nobody will. And then he kills her, and then now he has her ashes, and he won't let Pistol have them. Like, that's super fucked up.
I feel like he was just a little more obsessed with her. I was thinking that he was too obsessed with her to have killed her. So that's what I thought, that maybe it was the serial killer that did kill her. He was just super creepy of a person.
No, I don't think it was a serial killer because he would have wanted them to find the body. He would have wanted that body count.
But didn't he recant his confession?
He did.
Yeah, he did.
After they caught him lying, because he lied about the whole thing.
Episode 3, the French one.
This is where I came in.
Okay, all right. What are your thoughts, Keelan?
I'll be honest, I was lost at the French one sometimes.
Yeah, see, I was playing video games, listening to it the whole time. So when they started speaking French, I was done. Like, I don't watch TV, I listen to it. I'm weird.
I came in and I was like, why are you listening to something foreign? Like, you listen.
I'm learning French, damn it.
I did pick up a few words. I was happy.
What was her name?
Patrice
Fucking knew it.
Enders.
Fucking Patrice.
Nobody asked you, Patrice!
I love that from
Rest
How I
in
Met Your
peace.
Mother.
That's what her husband said as he pushed her off her bridge.
That's awful.
God damn. 13
Oh,
minutes.
and then he yelled,
Yeah.
yeet, and pushed her.
Yeet or
Yeet.
be yeeted.
I love that saying.
to yeet.
Okay, so the French episode.
Okay.
So the Count. Keelan, what are your thoughts?
Oh, this one.
Because this is the one where they never found the body. I think this guy was just smart. He made sure people saw him doing certain things. He made sure, because he knew his credit card was going to be tracked. He knew how to make sure somebody saw him and could recognize him before he walked into the forest beyond the cliffs. I think either he snuck out and had like maybe a different vehicle somewhere, or he had a friend with a different vehicle somewhere, or he went down to the barge, the cargo ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Homadu was smart.
Definitely.
I always have a tough time with familiocides. Like, you know, you hear about it in like true crime podcasts because when you have a family annihilator, like there's no closure because they usually do it in terms of money. So if they are really struggling really hard, their kids maybe won't be taken care of, they will annihilate their family, and that's the reasoning. But this was so meticulously done that it just, the mystery to me wasn't, I guess, why he did it. It was more of where did he go and where is he at now? You know?
He's watching it somewhere in Argentina.
He's with the lizard people.
He's definitely in Mexico. Like, hands down. That's
No.
the one place where everyone goes to disappear.
Well, Argentina is
I was
a,
going to say, it's Argentina
No.
with the Nazis.
That too.
well, has the, was it no extradite in Argentina?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's crazy. It's super sad. Even the dogs. I just,
Oh. Speaking of an unsolved mystery, did y'all hear that somebody tested positive for the bubonic plague in Mongolia?
oh my god,
Yeah.
yes, I heard about that today.
Apparently, like, the bubonic plague spawns every year and it goes away. So
I hope so.
wash your hands. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had another case about 8 months ago. You hear about it every so often, but still, it's the Black Death. Like, that's so cause for alarm.
Yeah.
I would think so, anyway.
Not yet.
So let's fast forward and talk about some UFOs. Dun, dun, dun. Did y'all think the whole town was abducted for 3 hours?
Hell yeah, I
Yes.
do.
Absolutely.
How do all these people have the same experience?
Because it actually fucking happened.
And they had like this people accounts coming in from like 3 counties away, all the same account, all at the same time.
During a time where there's no social media, no cell phones, no way to quickly relay any types of information except by radio.
Mm-hmm.
And like our government wouldn't have had the technology to do that.
So that
To
brings
stage it.
it. So that's gonna sidetrack us a little bit on if. Do you think we actually know what the government has? Do you trust? So, if they've lied to us this long for having UFOs, and they're just now admitting it because of naval pilots and naval documents coming out, and the government more or less admitting that they exist. What else do you think they're hiding? If they've known them about this whole time and we didn't, they have some tech that we don't know about.
Yeah,
Of course.
They have to.
We've all seen this movie, okay?
They already have 5G.
They're on like
Of course.
10G with 16K resolution.
16K.
Yeah, you could reach and touch the character in real time.
Goddamn.
And I noticed how they all kept saying, I remember this like it was yesterday. I remember this like it was yesterday. Like it was just seared into their brains.
I mean, hell yeah, that would sear into my head like no tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Like certain traumatic moments, they stick with you for life. Like you remember them.
Yeah. And then y'all didn't see the Alonzo one.
No, yeah, we didn't watch that one. I was like, that looks heavy. And then I was like, that's another day.
That one,
Yeah.
that was probably the truest mystery there, aside from like the UFO and the last episode with the sisters.
So tell us what happened. Like,
so 23-year-old home dude goes to a backwoods party with his buddies. It's not really people from their school, it's people from other schools. They only know like 5-10 people there. The guy who had driven Alonzo to the party ended up leaving early for some reason, but he called another guy that was still there, Adam, said, hey, go ahead and take Alonzo home, make sure he's taken care of. And then somehow Alonzo and Adam never saw each other at the party after that. Like, they just kept missing each other. So that was the last time Alonzo had been seen. The next time they find any clues of him, there's one shoe off to the side of the road, his hat off to the other side of the road, and then across the road further down was his other shoe. Like, somebody was just tossing everything out of a window. And this was near the party house, which was about an hour away from Alonzo's house.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So it really gave you the vibes of he got into it with somebody, or somebody went after him and they made him disappear.
Because I think a couple of the witnesses had said, he was like half and half Mexican and black, right?
No, he was black.
He was fully black? Okay. And then at the party...
Was he Blaxican or was he black?
At the party, there was a white girl and they got friendly. And apparently one of the other guys at the party didn't like seeing that. Dude, it's tough living in the country. I'm from a rural area like that, and you do have to be careful about that kind of stuff. So they ended up bringing in the Kansas Bureau of Investigation and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. They brought out dogs. They brought out diving teams because there was a creek out there. Didn't find anything. And then probably about 11 days, or no, a month later, they found his body in the creek like 5 minutes behind his house. So they think he was killed at one place and dropped off there after all of the searches had gone through.
Oh my goodness.
God damn, that's fucked up.
Not to be a psychopath, but I think that's what I would do. Like, I would make somebody disappear, and then after everyone stopped looking, then I would dispose.
Here's my problem with the doctor that did the autopsy. So he said that the bodies showed signs of being consistent, of being in water for 30 days. This happened back in 2004. So it's, 15 years later at this point. The mother still has the personal belongings that was found on him that day. And it's his wallet, it's paper, it's cards, and none of it has any water damage. It's all clean, intact, nothing crazy. And then his brother, who saw him, whenever he saw, the body, it wasn't blue, it wasn't bloated, it wasn't, the only thing that had happened was, like, his neck had been kind of torn apart by animals. But the doctor's sister, is saying his findings consistent with drowning. And he's like, it's inconvenient to move a body after it's been killed. And no killer wants to be inconvenienced. And I'm like,
Yeah.
something's not adding up right there.
That's
Nobody wants to be murdered.
Up.
Jeez.
Damn. I just got instantly angry.
Sorry, I'm a mood killer.
No, you're good. Not
So-
Come
yet.
back to me when y'all...
So while we're all pissed off, I guess now's the best time to talk about Google.
So don't even get me started on Google. So over the weekend, okay, so we all know why we use Google, right? Like, they have the best spam filter out there, better than anyone else's. I know that I never get spam in my inbox. Do y'all?
Occasionally.
Yeah, no, they're pretty good.
I don't get Google email.
Damn, you Yahoo users. Anyway.
She's
I'm just
AOL,
kidding.
please.
AOL, baby.
Damn.
She holding on to it.
All right, cool. I got rid of my Hotmail a long time ago.
I would say my AOL is my third email address. My first was Hotmail. My second was Yahoo, and then AOL. And then now my AOL, Yahoo, and Gmail are all the same.
Yeah, pretty much. I gave up on my Yahoo a long time ago.
I had like
it's hacked so often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had like 2 Yahoos, but I forgot the password, so it's just like, oh well, I guess I'll go to Gmail.
That's fine. Anyway, so over the weekend, Google's spam filter broke. And what happened was, typically when you receive or send an email from Google, the spam filter will check it for a certain amount of time before sending it, kind of like a delay send, to make sure that it doesn't have anything malicious or properly categorize it where it's going to go for any Gmail user, whether they're sending or receiving.
In the future, they can also censor it.
Yeah. In the future, they'll be able to censor it. There's talks about it.
What?
Yeah, I digress. I'm just kidding. They're not looking to censor it, but their spam filter started sending out emails way too soon before it got to categorize it, so everyone's spam filter broke. It wasn't anything malicious that happened, but Google's not going to admit whether someone hacked in and broke the spam filter or not. But yeah, we all got spam mail for like 2 days.
Oh, I didn't even really
did
check.
get some spam mail, like a lot more than usual.
Yeah, everyone's broke.
So, I mean, as long as you didn't click the link, you're going to be fine, right?
Yeah. As long as you didn't open the email and deleted it, you should be fine.
As long as you're not an idiot.
I only get emails from Amazon, the utility company, and yeah.
I used to have a catch-all email that like I would forward to like all the important emails to my real email account, my Gmail account, but I gave up on that idea. It was just way too fucking hard. But yeah, I got way too much shit in my inbox right now.
I online shop so much that I have an orders folder in my Gmail that I put my order confirmations in. That's all I do.
I started doing that.
So how hard would it be to get build your own email set up at your house?
It wouldn't be hard. I just have to build a spam filter. That's actually something I've been thinking about doing. Hosting my own email at home. But technically, I'm not supposed to do that. My ISP won't allow it.
That's like totally the way of the future, though, if you think about it.
Yeah. I definitely want to... I mean, I have everything to host my own email accounts.
See,
It's
this
just a
comes
hassle to
back
set it
to this comes back to my idea that instead of everyone using a Gmail, that the United States Postal Service needs to build a server farm somewhere and host email.
Fuck yeah.
And every home gets like free basic Wi-Fi or internet just to get and receive government emails.
You know what? Yeah.
At least 10 megabits per second.
So
At least.
for all the multi-million-dollar investors like Elon, I know you're listening. Here's the
What's
plan.
up, Elon?
So they set up the blockchain, right? United States Postal Service blockchain by putting a small server at every single house instead of a mailbox, just like your mailbox. But you'd have a small little server, whatever, and they set up the blockchain, and that'll give enough processing power for it all to work.
Well, that wraps up another great episode. Thanks for joining us. Find our memes and other great content on Twitter and Instagram at OG_the nake'd pod.
Run over to our website, officialmillennials.com, and you'll find our wonderful blog, some notes here and there from others, and a link to our Patreon, where for $1 you become a patron.
What do we get out of the $1 patron?
All of Alan's love and respect.
I'm okay with that.
And
As
a
long as
handwritten note.
No handwritten note. My handwriting's shitty. While you're on the internet, definitely hop over to our Twitch and Mixer channels. On Twitch, we're Official Millennials. On Mixer, we're Official Mills. We will be trying to do some streaming this summer, so definitely check that out. Maybe we'll have a live show, and I will be doing streaming Mondays and Thursdays over at Mixer and Twitch. My handle is PeachZ90.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. where you can find all of our episodes with a little extra fun mixed in. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, we love you.
This is an official Millennials production.